Well, hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC, how y'all doing? This is the version 2 FREEWING Mirage 2000K and FREEWING Mirage. We're going to take it out of the field. I hope the wind doesn't blow me off the field. We're going to take it up and have some fun with her. All right, meet you out the field. Well, hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. All right, we got 15 to 20 mile an hour winds right down the runway. So let's take up a death Dorito. This is the FREEWING Mirage 80 millimeter. Yeah, 80 millimeter in this itty bitty little jet. So basically this is just a rocket and they got some wings around it. We're going to take it up in this wind. Now, this is an instance where you can have a gyro, but you're not going to be able to use it because the plane goes so fast that's almost impossible to get any gyro dialed in enough where she's not going to oscillate. So I do have a 7-channel Limit RX stabilized receiver, but I got the gains down to nothing. Maybe half a click of gains there.
Motor on.
KM model afterburner. I'm going to go on my mid rates today because it is so windy. You got to remember, the windier it is and speed, the more you exaggerate your maneuvers, the wind's just going to accentuate that. So I'm going to go with my mid rate. Here's a high rates, but we're going to go with mid rates. Simple elevon to control, and yeah, take it up. Timer set for 3.5 minutes.
Starting the fun over.
This plane, really, I don't know how I fly this plane, especially in wind, because this is probably one of the most challenging planes that FREEWING puts out. But I just absolutely have a blast with it. Something about it, it's just like, hold on, here we go, hold tight. We're just going to try to live through it. All right, let's go.
Retract coming up.
As you can see, she's fast.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
Even in mid rates, which I think are 80, or no, they're a lot less than that. Well, we'll go over the rates and everything back in the man cave, but I'm going to fly her in my low rates now, or my mid rates right now. Of high, a little bit of a high alpha, not too much. But with today's wind, probably not going to be able to do much in the way of high alpha. All right, control my sink rate there a little bit. Punch out. All right.
Down. Time remaining 2 minutes.
I didn't like it, so we're gonna go around. Don't have flaps, so. There we go. All right, let's get turned around here. Folks, I'm telling you, when I'm telling you it's windy, y'all know it's windy for me. We are gonna, I am gonna go to high rates. I'm just gonna see. That's what I'm used to. I know it's windy, but all right.
Retracts coming up.
Yeah, definitely my high rates. I mean, she slows down a little bit, but...
Time remaining 1 minute. Gear is down.
Okay. Had that bounce, so wanted to make the most of it. Man, is it windy.
30 seconds.
You can hear that wind howling and whipping around. Man, windy. Had to check that gear out. Hope I didn't shove it through the wing just now. Honey, pan right. Look at them flags. All right, back to the plane, if you don't mind.
20 seconds.
Oh yeah, something I don't need today.
Prop is secured. Safe to approach.
All right, let's make sure my gear's okay. Woo! Windy, windy, windy.
Retracts coming up.
It's fine.
Gear is down.
It is strong gear. Very strong. Now you have to put the gear in when you get the kit. So, all right, let's, oh gosh. Come on, wind. At least let me hold my plane. All right. We'll go over all the particulars and everything about my rates and everything about the plane back in the man cave, but let's get you a battery report. Had 17 seconds left. Have a KM model afterburner. I'm sure you could see it when I was taking off or going away from us. And I'll show you battery placement and everything back in the man cave. Not bad, 45%. So really, I could have flown the full, what do I got, 3.5 minutes? So honestly,
Starting the fun over.
really, you can set your timer for 4 minutes if you want to. But there you go, folks. That is the FREEWING Mirage V2. And I'm thinking about putting the tiger stripes on there that come with it. I still haven't done it because it would help with orientation. But I really like this default British camo that it comes in, or whatever the livery is. But I just like it. But all right, well, y'all have a good. Oh, and I don't fly with the tanks. She flies great like this. You put the tanks on, and she's, for me, very, very squirrely. So, but there you go. All right, folks, y'all have a good, and God bless y'all. Don't forget, faith, family, and friends, and then mirages and crazy wind. Bye-bye. Well, hey, folks, boy, I tell you what, this Fat Guy Flies RC coming to the man cave. That was a wild ride, wasn't it? I tell you what, every time I take this Mirage out, I really have a good time with it. She's actually not that easy of a plane to fly. She's one of their harder planes to fly, but in my opinion, but for some reason, I just really love flying her. I like a jet. Honestly, I like a jet that I'm always on the seat of my pants, or the edge of my seat, or in my pants, getting ready, or fill my pants, thinking I'm going to lose it. And with this plane, it's on that edge every time. You pilots who fly jets and stuff, or fast planes, you know what I'm talking about. You almost feel like you're going to lose it. You almost feel like it's getting away from you. Well, that's how I feel when I fly this thing. And it's definitely an adrenaline rush. I mean, she's very forgiving, actually. And she will slow down to a certain degree, but you got to stay on it. You got to stay on. This plane is not a beginner plane at all. And I say she's forgiving. She's more forgiving than I give her credit for. And but she's just a good flying plane. This one, don't look too close. She's been beat up, little dents and dings and everything on her, but she hasn't failed me yet. And just a great flying plane. CG on the plane is 520 to 533 520 to 530 millimeters back, but measured from the end of the tail, which puts it right across here. So let me show you, and then I can show you the battery placement to get that CG. So she's pretty good right there. Pretty level right there, and that's what you want. Gear on this thing is pretty darn quick. Now there's a cover here. I noticed that my little cover was coming up, so I just went and ripped it off at the field, and I'll just re-glue it. It's a little plastic cover. It's no big deal. And you have, you got that trailing link suspension gear. So tough gear. To show you my placement on the battery I was flying, and this is the battery I was flying with. That's a 4000 HRB, and I've got it tucked about a third of the battery. You can see it just tucked underneath there. KM model afterburner in there. A 7-channel Lemon RX stabilized receiver that you can also get that at Motion RC. But really, honestly, as fast as this plane flies, the gyros, I have to keep the correction way down. The gyro is turned way down because, they're just barely working because the plane flies so incredibly fast. Let me show you the rates that I flew her in. Okay, actually, I'm going to have to back you up just a little bit so that you can see the wings. And you can look at that beautiful KM model afterburner. Yeah, baby. I just love them afterburners. I really do. Here we go. All right, the rates that I flew in, my high rates actually are 50% on the ailerons, okay? And on the elevator is 80% high rates, and the rudder is 100%, but with 50% expo. Now that's the same on all three rates for the rudder. I don't change it on my rudder. Now, mid rates on aileron are 40% with 50% expo, and elevator mid rates are 70 with 50% expo. I have a lot of expo in this plane, okay? And low rates on the aileron are 30 with 50% expo, and on the elevator, low rates are 60 with 50% expo. If you're going to have your throws up and it goes touchy as this plane is, have a lot of expo. And that's just how I fly her. Like I say, it doesn't have AS3X. It just has the wind mitigation gyro, and I keep that. Actually, I've got it turned up from a different plane. But on high rates, here the very little correction with the ailerons. A little bit more with the elevator, but very little with the ailerons, because she is very fast and very touchy. Basically, they've got a motor, and they just slapped a big old motor, 80 millimeter EDF fan in there, and put some wings on it. You're flying a big motor around is what you're doing. And elevon control, rudder control, no steering. She does have thrust reverse. I don't think I used it today. Does come with thrust reverse, and I don't remember the numbers on the EDF. I know it's their newer generation that they come out with, very efficient. You can get a solid 4 minutes of flying out of this, no problem at all, flying the way you want. You'll probably come back at 20 to 30%, but just fun flying plane. Keeps you on the edge of your seat the entire time, and definitely, if you need a good adrenaline rush, get your heart pumping, this is it. Not a beginner jet. Now, a lot of people ask me, will fly with the tanks? I do have the pylons for the tanks, but I'll be honest, she flies. I have a hard enough time flying her as it is. I have flown her a couple of times with the tanks. I hate it. I do not like flying with the tanks. She flies squirrely. She's constantly, I can definitely tell they're on. You know, some planes you fly and you put the ordnance on, like the A-10, some other ones, I can't even tell they're on. It doesn't fly any differently. With this one, yeah, it's like a whole different plane. I'd have to completely relearn how to fly her with the tanks. I don't like the tanks. And every time I landed with tanks, they came off anyways. So, and to me, the tanks kind of look stupid. But that's just me. That's just my opinion. But there you go. That's just my flight. We had a great time. Bring this thing in. I mean, she's a death Dorito, but it was so windy today. I didn't feel comfortable doing high alpha stuff. I just wanted to, so I brought her in kind of hot. And then if you high alpha right at the very last, she'll slow right down. And I'll tell you that one last landing, I mean, the gust of wind hit her, she slopped down. But the gear's fine. Tough gear. All right. Well, anyways, this is just a great death Dorito. Absolutely blast to fly. Not a beginner jet by any means. But if you're ready, if you've got a couple of sport jets and a few military fast jets under your belt, you can probably handle this one. But a lot of fun, and God bless y'all. God is good. And don't forget, folks, faith, family, I cannot talk today. Faith, family, and friends, mirages, God is good.